Technology has revolutionized the way we live, work, and interact. But as digital advancements continue, a deep divide remains, one that separates those with access to technology from those without. In today's world, the internet is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity for economic growth, education, and innovation.
This divide is not just about the internet, it's about access, it's about opportunities, inclusion, and the ability to participate in the global digital economy. The social media in particular has played a huge role in shaping innovation, giving voices to the unheard, and providing new platforms for economic growth. But is this enough? Welcome to Good Morning Africa. I am Ubong Usoro, and with me is the ever beautiful Memuna. Good morning.
Now you're making me blush this morning.
You are beautiful now, always, every time.
Thank you. Good morning, Ubong. How are you doing
I'm
today?
Very fine. Thank
Good
you.
morning to our great viewer. Today we'll be exploring the global digital divide, how social media is shaping innovation, and how we can create a more inclusive digital future for all.
Are social media platforms bridging or widening the gap between digital elites and those left behind? Stay with us as we dive into this critical conversation. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go nowhere.
Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of I Can Make It, and you will surely make it. Let the champion inside of you keep speaking, I can make it. Tell yourself, I can make it in the morning. Tell yourself when you're on the street, I can make it. When you are cooking in your kitchen, I can make it. When you are in the bathroom, you're cleaning up yourself, I can make it. In the afternoon, tell yourself, I can make it. In the night, tell yourself, I can make it. The more you start telling yourself, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it, the possibilities to help you make it will now begin to show up for you. In today's episode, I want us to look at perseverance. 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 A number of us, for you to be able to make it and make it well, you need to be able to persevere. Ability to endure some things that will bring out a better version of you. And I can assure you that if you can endure, if you can persevere, that thing that God wants to make through you, or that thing that you are hoping to get, you see that thing, it will start evolving. It will start evolving. And I want you to know that perseverance has no limits. You need to continue to persevere. Now, when you have trained yourself, you have trained your mind to be able to persevere, when challenges or probably process are getting elongated and you are like, oh, do I really have the strength to continue? I want you to know that you can continue. The strength will automatically come. Let's take, for example, a woman that is pregnant. Everyone, we know that every pregnancy will stay like 9 months in the womb before the woman will eventually give birth to the baby. So, and at times it comes with pains. You will see some ladies in their first trimester, they are really strong. They're in the second trimester, their physiology have changed. A number of things are, telling them that they are weak, they are this, they are that. But you keep hearing those pregnant women that irrespective of this pain, I'm going to persevere. This particular process I'm going through right now is making me to become a mother. And you discover that after the second trimester, their weights have really increased. They can't move as fast as they used to move. So much pain. They sit this in a particular way, they are complaining. They sit in a particular way, they are complaining. If they eat some things, they say, this is sour, I don't even like this. I want to taste another thing. They are going through so many things that are uncomfortable. But they keep persevering. They keep persevering. They keep persevering because one thing at the back of their mind is that 9 months is around the corner. I'm going to the delivery room and I'm going to deliver a bouncing baby boy, a bouncing baby girl as they desire. And at the end of the day, by the time the baby comes, they are happy. They can see the fruit of their labor. The pains that they have gone through have turned to gain. This is what perseverance will do for you. Initially, you may start with pains, all manner of pains. But I can assure you, pains will always turn to gain if you can persevere. What is that thing that you are going through right now and you are already throwing in a towel? I don't think I can continue with this. This schooling is just too much. This reading is too much. It's like I made a mistake. I will have chosen another course. I will have done this. I will have done that. The more you give excuses, the more you complain, the more you are draining your strength. Be wise from today. All you need is a little endurance, ability to persevere, ability to go through. Something is coming out of that process, is a product that everybody will celebrate. Nobody celebrates a man in process. You will only celebrate a man that has become a product. So as you go through your process in life, know that the time for people to applaud you have not come. The time for applauding you is when you become a product. I'm really encouraging you to persevere. You are closer to your, to your breakthrough than where you started from. So you cannot start and at this point you now want to say, I'm not going forward again. That will be a very bad decision. I can make it. We tell you that let me endure a little. Let me persevere. And the moment you continue to persevere, my brother, my sister, let me be honest to you, strength from the inside will come. Now you begin to go through so many things. People that are out there will be wondering, how is she going through it? How is he going through it? And you that you are going through it, there is an inner strength. There is an inner encouragement. There is an inner courage that is welling up inside of you. The way you see the challenges is different from the way other people are seeing the challenges. You are looking at the challenges and you will be seeing opportunities, but they are looking at the challenges and they are seeing difficulties. This is what perseverance will do for you. So as you continue to persevere, as you continue to endure, as you continue, to put yourself to go through the process, I tell you, at the end of the day, when you become a product and you are in the marketplace, everybody will desire to place a high value on you. No product that you can call a good product, that this product is excellent. I use this product and I receive value for money. That product, before it entered the shelf, it has gone through process. I tell you, the raw materials must have gone through one manner of process or the other. And at the end of the day, because they came out a good product, that's why they are celebrated today. So I want to encourage you that from now, please persevere, endure. What is that thing that you need to do? Tell yourself you can get that thing done. I can do all things in life through the strength I receive from God. And I can assure you that once you continue to persevere, once you continue to endure, a better you shall evolve. And the beauty of life is this. It's not just becoming a success in life. The beauty of life is that when you are up there and you see people that are just coming up and they are going through one challenge or the other, you can boldly tell them that just be patient, just endure, just continue to persevere. I tell you, this process you are going through is the right process, and it will bring you out a good product, a product that will be celebrated globally. So you'll be in a position to be able to counsel people. You'll be in a position to be able to direct. You'll be in a position to be able to teach because you have gone through the process. You persevere. You endured. At times you need to endure some hardship so that at the end of the day you become a master of the process. And I see you becoming masters of several processes from now by the mercies and grace of God. So continue to persevere, continue to endure. A better you is coming up, and you can make it. You can persevere, you can endure, and I can assure you it will be a sweet testimonies for you. Thank you for listening to this episode of I Can Make It, and I encourage you, please persevere, endure. A better you is evolving. See you in the next episode. Thank you.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
That was a good charge there on I Can Make It. It's good that, on a daily basis we have one or two inspirational talks, to keep people moving.
There's a lot happening in the country. Absolutely.
A lot is happening. So just so our viewer will know that, they are not alone in the life struggles and everything that is happening around. Hey, we feel your pain, and keep believing, keep hoping everything is going to move just so fine. Now, moving on, the digital divide refers to the gap between individuals and communities that have access to modern technology and those that do not. This divide exists between countries where developed nations have advanced digital infrastructures, while many developing nations struggle with basic internet access. It also exists within countries, between urban and rural communities, and among different social economic groups.
A key driver in this conversation is social media platforms. Platforms like Facebook, X, formerly called Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn are not just for entertainment. They've also become tools for business, for education, for activism. I know lots of persons just come on TikTok in the morning, put their phone up and like, good morning Nigeria, price of dollar is 1,500. So there's a lot of opportunities that's opening up. Entrepreneurs have risen to showcase their talent, and digital creators, that's a new one now, content creator. This was not a job that in the last 20 years we didn't know. Most of the people doing content creating as a job didn't go to school to study content creation, but social media is opening up new opportunities. So that's what I want to look at. Is it just about those that are elite, those that have access? What's the divide like? Absolutely. But here's the big question. Is social media truly an equalizer, or is it just about reinforcing the existing inequalities that we have in the community? Memuna.
Great question, Obong. Now, while social media has democratized access to information and global conversations, there are still barriers: limited internet access in rural areas, high cost of data and smart devices, digital illiteracy, and lack of skills, algorithm bias that favors established influencers and voices.
And let's not forget the misuse of social media is also a problem. Fake news. Fake news.
Yes.
Lots of people don't know. They just put out information that are not true. Misinformation is there. We're talking about cyberbullying. It's a thing. I know people, I've read, about people who've committed suicide, people who've done a lot of things because of cyberbullying.
Exactly.
Somebody brings out your private photo, private video. Maybe you did that video in the spur of the moment. I don't know, something. I just posted.
Someone just picks it up and did it.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're very right. Being that, the social media has its advantage side, of course, there's also the disadvantage side, which you just stated, that a lot of people have committed suicide. We have fake news. We have people that their images have been, dented on the social media. We have people that they have, virtually locked out of their social media pages just to go and have a safe space and, let their mind calm down and have a sane brain and then go back. But it is what it is. But sometimes I feel that depending on the things you put out there on social media, if you want social media to be at your advantage, perfect. If you want social media to be at your disadvantage, perfect. And that is where the content creation, comes in. You made a statement. You said in today's world, content creation has been, rise. A lot of people did not even go to school before they became content creators, I beg your pardon, on social media. But then I feel that, being a content creator, a lot of people that woke up in the morning and became content creator, they not really, look at the negative side as to what type of content should be put out there, because it's a social media world. People are using social media now to ease their stress, to ease their worries, to ease their problem. So when they see some very funny post on social media that has to do with someone's life that is put out there, being that they are in their own space facing whatever they are facing, they just use that particular post to just ease it off and then say a lot of things to that person. That is leading to your statements about some people have committed suicide because of certain comments that have been made about them on social media. Well,
yeah,
like I said, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is, and it's quite troubling because people could be very disrespectful at times. I've seen it. I've gone to, I don't want to mention the senator's name, but there's this particular senator that if you go under his feeds on social media, people say a lot of things. I'm like, can you say this to this man if you see him? So social media, just brings that level ground that anybody can say anything, but it's not right, and that's why we want to look at the divide. But before we go deeper, let's take a short break for some updates. We'll be right back.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Welcome back. Now let's take a closer look at how social media is shaping innovation from business to education to governance.
To help us unpack this conversation, we're joined by Abiba Ibrahim, a digital inclusion advocate and tech policy expert. Welcome to the Good Morning Show, Mrs. Abiba Ibrahim.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're super excited to have you in the studio as a female. I'm sorry, Obong.
Doing technology.
Yes, doing technology, exactly. And yeah, it's a very good one. It's a catchy one. And good to know that you're the founder of Bibatics Enterprise.
That's correct.
You're welcome.
The first question I'd like to ask is, in a country where we talk about gender inequalities a lot, and technology seems to be STEAM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics seems to be areas exclusively made for the male folks. What gave you the interest? Let's start on the lighter note.
For me, all this began looking at the fact that I am a mother and I have two beautiful sons. So my first child is now 7, but when he was 4 years old, and that was when Bibatics Enterprise started. When he was 4 years old, he was growing. I was a new mother at the time, and I had concerns. I wanted to be the best mom to him. He was a very active, very, very intelligent boy who he challenged me. He wanted to lay his hands on things. It was so challenging. His brain was very, very active. So I had to step up to the task. I had to step up my game as a mother. I had to give him that platform to be the best he can be and make very good advantage of the brain he has been gifted with. So that made me, I started looking for resources that would help him, grow, that would help his brain even be more challenged, be better, and that is what has led to Bibatics over time. At that time, when I started looking for resources, I knew what I wanted. I did not just want to buy him toys like most parents would do. I did not just want to buy him, things that would keep him active. I was looking for more. I was looking for resources that would keep him active, keep him engaged, but would also help bring out the genius in him. That would help him think, that would help him be creative, you know, and bring out all the skills that he will need when he grows up. So I was looking for resources that solves that problem. So as a mother, so by the time I started looking for those resources, I found out that they were very difficult to reach. I could not get access to them easily, so I had to, you know, it took a while for me to get what I actually wanted, and it just opened the floor for me. I just thought this is a gap that we have in our society. There are parents who would want to, you know, who want the best for their children, who want them to be able to think. There are parents who does not want their children just to keep playing around, but they want them to, you know, be useful for themselves, be useful for their society, have skills that are futuristic. So we took it up from there, and we have Vivatics Enterprise.
Wow, I am super excited. I love I love the story behind Vivatics Enterprise. Still on a lighter note, how were you able to juggle the two together? Because I'm trying to imagine in my head, it's really, you know, I can imagine it was tedious. How were you able to juggle being a mother, you know, and then, you know, being that, because it's like you being 4 in 1. You know, you want to be a mother, you want to be a teacher, you want to be the best that your child can look up to and say, oh yes, my mom taught me that. You know, it's like a whole package. How were you able to juggle that?
To be honest with you, it was not. It's not been an easy journey. Even up to this moment, it's been something I still struggle with, and I know I'm not alone in this. I know every mother. Shout out to every mother out there.
Shout out to my mom too.
every female out there. It's not an easy thing to raise the next generation.
I knew you were going to include that.
Shout out to everybody out there raising people.
And shout out to our fathers. And I'm still going to come. I'm still going to come to that in answering your question. The truth is that I would not have been able to do this perfectly if I do not have any support system. And my support system is a very solid one. If not, I would not be here today. You know? So I have my husband who agrees to my dreams. You know, he supports me. He gives me ideas. He is there. Even if he's not here, he knows what I'm doing. He supports me. He gives me that wings to fly. So I'm very, very appreciative of that. I have a very solid support system. So when I'm not there for my kids, I have people who are, you know, right there at the background, taking care of them and ensuring that our views align, and that what we want our kids to achieve is being done, regardless of if I'm there or if I'm not there. So that's just
amazing. That's a good one. Over to you, Bob.
Yeah, so let's talk about the gaps that we have as far as connecting and getting connection in social media is involved. We know that some communities don't have access to social media. So let's talk about the inequalities. Do you think that these gaps are widening? Because we've always had inequalities between the rich and the poor. And it seems that people that are on social media are people that are maybe in urban centers and the rural centers, so much divide in those places. Let's talk about the work you've done.
Yes. Social media is quite an enabler. So if you have access to social media, there is a lot of things you can do. There are opportunities you can reach when you are on social media. But truly, there is actually a divide, and something has to be done to that, you know. For people who do not have access to social media, or people in environments where there are no connectivity, it would affect them, because all these opportunities that social media brings, they do not have access to that. And it might be quite strange for those of us who have access. You know, our access to social media is quite continuous, and when you are not on social media, you feel left out, you feel that something is wrong, you know. But for those who do not have access to that, they are missing out on what we are enjoying. So I feel that it is very, very important for us, for the government, for the private sectors as well, for every one of us to come together and try to bridge that divide, you know, as much as we can, making sure that people in areas, in rural areas, in areas where there are no connectivity, have access to those opportunities. You know, by us, it has to do with us taking these opportunities to them, you know, making them inclusive in everything, and also every policy that is being done.
Okay. Let's look at major challenges in Africa and other developing countries, which is affordable and reliable internet access, right? What policies or investments are needed to improve digital connectivity?
Okay, we need our government to come up with policies that support connectivity, that support access to digital literacy for everyone, including those who do not have access to it. This is very important because it is very, very clear that in our world today, the world is leading, you know.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news. Improvement in power generation and supply. Practical discussion with Ultimate. Ultimate partnership with
Hello there, welcome to Dateline, reaching you from Housing TV Africa. I'm Joyce Sonwosu. It's always a pleasure to be here. Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. It's a popular quote from President John F. Kennedy's 1961 inaugural address. An angle to this quote basically is telling people not to be selfish and to look at what they can do that will benefit others.